Traders, FXPIPCOLLECTOR here. Today is Wednesday, August 2nd. Welcome to today's live stream. Thanks for coming. I definitely do appreciate the support as always. Definitely like and subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy the content and the videos and the live streams that I put out. So definitely do that if you don't mind. So we are here today for, well, we're going to do the normal live stream that we do on Wednesdays, and I normally look at, different pairs for people, but we do have this ADP news coming out in less than half an hour. So we have this ADP non-farm employment change, but that's definitely not the big news event this week. Later on in the week, on Friday, is the normal average hourly earnings and the non-farm employment change. This is the one that the market's really going to be waiting for, which I will be live streaming for this on Friday also. And then tomorrow we also have this pound official bank rate news tomorrow afternoon, which I do plan on doing about a 30-minute live stream for that also. So we got lots of news this week, as you can see. And today, this dollar news, it may move the market a little, but I don't think it's going to be a huge mover. But we're going to have to see what happens. So let's go to the US dollar pairs and get started right away. I do always, because I feel that it's extremely important, I do feel that we need to do the full top-down analysis from the monthly all the way down to the 1 hour time frame. Every time you look at the charts, you should do your full top-down analysis. We're going to do that on the dollar index and the DXY. Then we're going to apply any information we learn about the dollar to all the dollar pairs, including gold and probably silver. And we're going to probably look at the yen pairs, we'll look at some commodities, we'll look at Bitcoin, and we will look at the stock market. And I do have a small list going of requests from my Patreon members that we're going to have to get to, so we'll also be looking at those too. So let's get started right away. So on the DXY, let me zoom out a little bit because I do think it's kind of important to see the bigger picture on the monthly. As you'll notice, this is definitely a downtrend back here. It looks very clearly to be a downtrend, which I think even this is part of it. And then I think this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. I think this is an A, B, C, or B. I think this is a wave C. Price went right up to these fib levels, made a lower high, big impulsive move down. I think we have the end of an ABC correction, and if it is the end of an ABC correction, this will make a downtrend, making lower lows, lower highs, probably eventually going all the way down to about the $70 range on the DXY, which is definitely a long ways to the downside, as you can see. Now, this is the monthly time frame, so it is definitely going to take some time before this all plays out, but I do expect over the coming probably years, this is what the dollar is going to end up doing. So let's go down to the weekly time frame and let's go back to the dollar index, because I do much prefer this dollar index. I still believe that this move down right here is a trend. I still think it's a wave 1. This is definitely what I think is an ABC correction, just like I've been saying for many, many weeks now. But instead of continuing the downtrend like it would if it really was the end of an ABC, what it did was it made 3 waves down. That tells me it's probably a wave D, and that also tells me that we're probably going up for a wave E. A wave E probably will take out the high of wave A, probably up to the 50, maybe even the 61.8 before it ends what I think is an ABC of 2, ABCDE of 2 that is, and most likely ends up continuing the downtrend for a wave 3. So let's keep going down to the daily time frame. On the daily, now you can really see what I'm looking at here, because this is definitely an uptrend. You can see for wave A, this is definitely an A, B, C, like a correction for the wave B. This is an uptrend for the wave C. And instead of continuing the downtrend, because at the end of an ABC, price needs to trend, instead of doing that, what actually happened was it made another 3-way pattern, A, B, C down, A, B, C of D. Now it looks like we're in a 1, 2, 3, and I think that this is over the coming probably weeks at this point, probably going to end up continuing up to make a wave E, probably up to one of these higher fib levels before it really does end the correction and probably continue the downtrend, most likely for like a wave 2. So taking it down to the 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame, I had my Fibonacci on here. I was thinking maybe we would get a little bit of a pullback, which I still think there is a good chance we probably will get a pullback. I think this is going to end up probably doing something like that, and I think it's going to end up going up more. So let's head down to the 1 hour time frame. Now with that news coming out in a little while, I do think there is a good possibility we are in a wave B right now. One thing you have to notice is, first of all, we got an uptrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways up, almost a perfect 5-way pattern. Then we got impulsive down with a break of structure, wave A. I think this is an A, B, C of B, and I think we're going to go down for a wave C. Probably end up doing that. Once this ABC complete, which is probably not going to even happen today, probably go down to one of these lower fib levels to end this ABC before it actually ends up continuing the uptrend. So it definitely seems pretty likely that that is what it is. Hang Sen. I'm not really sure what that is, the Hang Sen. I definitely don't mind looking at some things like but when it comes to individual stocks or like most cryptocurrency besides like Bitcoin and some of the really popular ones, I don't really look at any of those things. So anyways, Hong Kong 50, okay, yeah. So I think that this is possibly, during today's news, going to make a move to the downside, which is most likely going to be a wave C. So I do think that is probably what's going to happen today. I think today's news is going to cause this to go down and make a wave C. So, oh, still muted. Hold on there. There we go. Sorry about that, I was muted on Discord. So anyways, let's go down to the euro dollar and let's apply that information we just learned about the US dollar index. We're going to apply that to all the other pairs. Now the fact that we're in a big uptrend on the higher time phase does tell me there's definitely a chance this could just keep on drifting up. I definitely wouldn't even try to go short on this unless I saw a nice impulsive engulfing move to the downside. So going to the euro dollar, let's take it up to the daily time frame. Euro dollar I think is going to do something very, very similar to the dollar index. I think this is a downtrend for the A. I think this is like a 3-way pattern up for the B. Looks like a downtrend for the C. Instead of ending a wave C and continuing the uptrend, what it did was it made 3 waves up, telling me that it probably is a wave D. I think there's a very good likelihood we're going down for a wave E. We definitely have a pretty clear trend line right here also. So this wave E possibly could end right around that trend line and end up continuing the uptrend. But normally wave E's do take out the low of wave C and wave A, so just keep in mind that we probably do have a decent amount of downside potential to go. So yeah, let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we're definitely making a downtrend. I think this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave 1. I think this is actually an ABC of 2. I think we're in a wave 3, and I think that this is most likely just going to keep on trending down. So I definitely am primarily looking for shorts in a downtrend. When you go down to the shorter time frames, it does kind of make you think that it could go up, which it does kind of look like it possibly could, but I also see that this is 3 waves up. I still see that that is possibly already the end of a correction, and it very easily could just continue the downtrend from here. It definitely doesn't have to go up and make a wave C, but it does look like it possibly could go up and make a wave C and then end up going back down, just like what I was showing on the dollar index and the DXY. So let's take it down to the pound dollar. Pound dollar is kind of convincing also that we may be due for a move to the upside. I think there's let's go up to the daily though. We need to at least do our daily time frame down. So kind of similar to the euro dollar, but a little different because the pound was so strong over the last few months. I still think that we're going to go down. I still think we're going to take out this low, but I think once that trend is over, it's probably just going to keep on trending up. It definitely did make a 3-way pattern up just like the euro dollar, and this definitely looks like an A, B, C, and then maybe this is a wave D, and maybe this is a wave E. Either way, I do think that this move down is probably going to be the final wave of a correction before it ends up continuing the uptrend. So taking it down to the 4-hour time frame, just like the euro dollar, I think this is a trend right here. Definitely lower lows, lower highs. I think this is a 1. I believe this is an ABC, most likely a 2. I think we're in a wave 3 already, and I think there's a very good likelihood this is going to continue to make lower lows and lower highs. So taking it down to the 1-hour time frame. Just like the euro dollar, it kind of looks like this could be a wave A, and it kind of looks like it could be a wave B, and it could go up for the wave C, and then maybe later on today, or maybe even tomorrow, London session or something that ends the correction and continues the downtrend. But also, I do realize that the trend is down on the much longer time frames, and this very easily may have already made its 3 waves up. It very easily could just keep on drifting down. So for me, I'm definitely just looking for shorts, and I'm definitely looking to go short at the end of ABC corrections. It kind of looks like it already made an ABC, but I also could picture this being an ABC going up and then back down. So I do think we're in a correction. I do think there's a good chance that we may end up going up at the news to finish off the wave C of this correction. So the Aussie dollar is definitely a little different because of the Aussie. The Kiwi and the Aussie have both been very, very weak currencies, which is why it looks way different than the other pairs, but it still to me looks like a 1. It still to me looks like 3 waves down, possibly for a wave C. I don't think it's over yet. I think it needs to go down more, and it honestly could even go all the way down and make like a double bottom before it actually goes up again. So I'm definitely looking for shorts primarily on this also. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, as you can see, pretty much the same as the dollar. I think this is a 1, I think this is a 2, I think we're in a wave 3, and I don't even think the wave 3 is over. I do expect to see some more downside potential, especially if the dollar really does end up continuing up like I do suspect that it probably will. So going down to the 1-hour time frame, definitely looks like a trend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's a good chance this is probably going to make a move up today too, but it's probably just going to be a correction to the downtrend. It might even end up making a lower high, and just keep on trending down. So it does seem like this is also ready for a move to the upside at the news. The Kiwi dollar, let's see, kind of the same thing, except for the Kiwi had a little bit of strength for a while there. Let me move these over a little bit so we can get more perspective. I still think there's a good chance this move down is like a final wave of this wave 2, and then it's going to go up and make a wave 3. So I still suspect the same thing. I still think this is like a 1, this is like a big irregular ABC, a B of 2, and then it's going to go up for a wave 3. Definitely pretty much the same conclusion on all these, which is that we're probably in the final wave of a correction on the longer time frames. This one also looks like a possible 1, a possible 2, and it looks like we're possibly in a wave 3 already. And if that's the case, that means that we probably have a decent amount of downside potential left, and we definitely want to continue to look for shorts in a downtrend. So going down to the 1-hour time frame, this definitely looks like a trend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. It did go up, it made another lower high, and it did go down. There's always a possibility that it just keeps drifting down, especially if we really are in a wave 3 on the longer time frames, like I do suspect that we are. But just like the other ones, it kind of seems like it may go up again, and maybe this is going to be like an A, B, C, and then maybe later on, like tomorrow or something, is when it actually going to end up continuing the downtrend. So let's go back up to the daily, and let's head down to the US dollar Canadian. US dollar Canadian, I still have this marked as an ABC on the daily, but I'm actually starting to think that it probably isn't the ABC, which I think it's probably pretty safe that we can move this now. I actually think this right here is the A, and this is the B, and we're probably going to go up for a wave C. So it kind of seems to me like almost like a WXY pattern too, because I see 3 waves up, I see like a very messy 3 waves down. This could now end up making 3 waves up. So that actually does seem like the most likely thing. Let's get rid of this for now, because that does seem very, very likely that's what's going to happen. Probably something like this. It's probably because I do suspect that the dollar is going to continue up, and I suspect that this would probably continue up also. 3 waves up, 3 waves down, probably 3 waves up again, probably take out these highs and make a lower high, and eventually end up continuing the downtrend. So that definitely makes a lot of sense that that would be what that was. Whoops, I want that on the daily. There we go. There we go. Alright. Now going down to the 4-hour time frame, it definitely made 3 waves up right there, which is why I'm suspecting that it probably is some sort of a WXY pattern. It's just trying to figure out exactly where the 3 waves for the X is. Definitely looks like 3 waves up for an ABC of W, and there's definitely like 1, probably like an A, and then maybe this is the B. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say for sure. And then this is the C of X. And now we're going up to make an A, B, C of Y. Definitely seems very likely that that is what would happen. Going down to the 1-hour time frame, I am definitely still looking for longs on the 1-hour time frame for sure. I don't see any reason to think this is over, and it kind of even looks like a 1, 2, 3. Just like the other pairs, it kind of seems like we're more likely in a wave 3 right now, and we're more likely to just continue to make higher highs, higher lows, telling me that probably the best bet for us is to be looking for longs in an uptrend. Now, I do suspect that the dollar could possibly make a move down, so this might make a move down also. But I don't think I would even try to go short. I think I would be better off waiting for the move down to complete and going long for the continuation of the uptrend. So the US dollar Swiss, head back up to the daily time frame. I think the US dollar Swiss, I mean, nothing's really changed from my analysis. I still think this is a downtrend, and I don't really think the downtrend is over. I definitely do see that we probably already have a three-way pattern, a five-way pattern right there. Let me zoom out far enough so I can get these. There we go. Definitely see that they did make 5 waves right here. So right there definitely looks like a 5-wave pattern. So that probably already has a 5-way pattern in there. So this is probably the 1, 2, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down. That means this move up is probably going to be some sort of an ABC correction, which would make sense because we were thinking the US dollar Canadian would make 3 waves up. This is probably going to make 3 waves up too, but it's just going to be a normal ABC correction. Probably go up to one of these fib levels and end up continuing the downtrend. It definitely seems very likely that's what's going to happen on that one. So taking it down to the shorter time frames, let me get rid of this real quick because there's no point in that. I think that's just a wave 3 right there. So there we go. So now I think we got this figured out. I think this is 1, ABC of 2, wave 3, ABC of 4, wave 5. This is probably all one trend for like a wave A. It's probably going to make a wave B, maybe even starting today, and then go up for a wave C. And then I bet it's going to go up to one of these Fibonacci levels and end up continuing the downtrend. Definitely seems very, very likely that's what's going to happen. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, like I said, I do suspect the dollar could go down, so this is probably going to go down also. And it almost kind of looks like it's already got an A over here too, so that could be a possibility. And the only reason it's doing that is because the Swiss, because of the Swiss. Maybe this is an irregular wave B, and then it goes down and makes a C. And then this is the wave A, and this is an ABC of B, and then it goes back up to make the bigger wave C, like I was showing on the 4 hour time frame. Definitely looks like this is getting ready to make a move down. I mean, it has 5 waves up right there. I bet this is going to go down at the news today too. So I do suspect that is probably the case. US dollar yen kind of looked like it was trying to end the correction. I'm not really too confident that the correction is over yet though. I still think this is possibly the end of a wave 4, probably right here, and that this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up for like a 1. I still think this is possibly like an ABC of 2, and I think there's a very good chance we're now going up for a wave 3 of wave 5. If you watch my full top-down analysis videos on the US dollar yen, you know exactly what I mean by the wave 3 of wave 5. So going down to the 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, I think that we might have already had the correction. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. It looks like 3 waves up for the B. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. It just made a higher high for the wave C compared to the wave A, which actually does happen quite often. I think that this is going up. I kind of think that there's a good chance it's going to go down more before it goes up, and this may be like a 1 and a 2, and then it goes up for a wave 3, maybe down to the 38% before it actually does end up continuing the uptrend. So taking it down to the 1 hour time frame, I could definitely see a 5-way pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up. I was wondering this morning if this was an ABC correction. We were looking at this in the members forecast meeting that I do every single morning before the London session. Every single morning before the London session, I do a meeting with all my members to let them know what trades I'm looking for each day. If anybody is interested in that, definitely check out the chats in the description for that. Yeah, that was a possibility that we were also looking at, Yana. And the US dollar yen does look kind of possible that that could be the case. A lot of the other yen pairs don't really look like that though. That's the problem I have. This could be a wave A. This could be an ABC of B. ABC of B, and then it kind of could go down and make a C. And then go back up. That definitely is a possibility, Yana, for sure. And good on you definitely for seeing that possibility. I mean, it definitely is a possibility for sure. So keep that in mind. I mean, if it keeps going down, keep going short. I mean, it definitely could happen. I'm still looking at this move down as possibly a crescent, maybe even like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go up and then down and then back up. But it very easily could just keep on going down, making lower lows, lower highs, especially if it's a wave B, like Yana was just saying, a wave C of wave B. It definitely is possible. So let's go check out gold. Let's go up to a little bit to the higher time frames. So gold, I think, is also, to me, very clear that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. This looks like a crescent in the middle for the B. This looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. I think we already had the end of an ABC crescent. I think this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, like a 1. I think this is all a crescent, like a 2, which I don't really think the crescent is over. I think it's more likely to go down to one of these lower fib levels before it ends that wave 2 and continues the uptrend. Yeah, definitely. I don't blame you, honestly, Yana. It definitely is a possibility. It's just a lot of the yen pairs don't really look like that, but it definitely is possible in the dollar yen for sure that could be a wave B. So going down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, I think this is actually forming a WXY pattern because this is definitely a trend. This is a crescent. This is a trend. Looks like a W. This is a three-way pattern up. Looks like an X. This is a three-way pattern forming right now, which I think is going to be a wave Y. I think right now we're at an A, B, C of wave Y, which I think is most likely to go down to about the 61.8, possibly to 78.6, but I think more likely to 61.8 before it ends up continuing the uptrend. So taking it down to the 1-hour time frame. So 1-hour time frame, we definitely made a downtrend. As you can see, that is definitely a trend. And then on the move up, I think this is possibly like, see, I'm expecting the dollar to go down, so I think this is going to go up more, probably to one of these fib levels to finish off a wave B. And then I think once that wave B is complete, it's going to go down and make a wave C, just like what I was showing on the 4-hour time frame. So let's see if silver gives us any more clues. Silver and gold are definitely very, very correlated. So let's see if we can make that pattern work on this also. Let's see, can this possibly be a WXY? 1, 2, 3 waves down, W. 1, 2, 3 waves up, X. 1, 2, 3 waves down, Y. I think that definitely works. And this is a 1, this is a 2, this is a 3, this is a 4, and this is a wave 5. Definitely seems very, very likely. So let's take it down to the 1-hour time frame, see how that would work on the 1 hour. So if that's the case, then that means this move up would be a crescent to this move down, because this right here would be a wave. Whoops, I don't want to do that. I want to put it here. This move down right here would be a wave A, like a trend. This move up right here would be a crescent to that trend, which would be an ABC of B. And then it would go down again for a wave C, and that would be an ABC of wave Y. So that definitely seems like it would work. This is definitely 3 waves up right there, X, and then this is the 3-wave pattern for the wave Y. The end of the wave Y, X, and then W, X, and Y. So it seems like that would work pretty well if that is the case. Gold already kind of looks like it's trying to go down a little, pre-news. US dollar yen kind of going up a little. That's not really doing much. Yeah, it kind of seems to me like we're probably going to go down and make this wave C. This looks like an A. This looks like 3 waves up for a B. It looks like we're going to go down and make a wave C, which I think makes a lot of sense on all these other dollar pairs. It definitely seems like it fits the pattern really well for that to be an ABC crescent forming. Now, this is the ADP non-farm, which is definitely not the important one. This is just the estimated change in number of employment. It's the one on Friday is the change. It's not the estimated one. This one right here. This is the one that the market's really going to be waiting for, because this is the change in unemployment. This is just an estimate of the change. estimate change in the number of employed people during the previous month. So I mean, it is definitely in a pretty good important number, but the market is definitely going to be waiting for Friday's news for the big move, I think, which is why I think it'd make a lot of sense if this spent the next 2 days in a correction, and then on Friday it went up like a rocket and started to continue that wave E on the longer time frames. It really looks like this is a trend. I don't think this is a correction anymore. That looks like a trend, and it looks like it's not over. It looks like it's going to end up doing that. And if that's the case, like I was showing my Patreon members this morning, that puts us all the way out until maybe even the middle to beginning of September. So we really very easily could be in an uptrend for the next maybe 4 weeks or so just to finish off this wave E. You know, it'd be pretty normal looking if it looked like that, and that puts us all the way out until September 1st, maybe September 7th or something, like the first week of September. So that's a pretty big deal if that is what's going to happen. So what do we got? We got a few minutes until the news comes out. I think we got a pretty good conclusion about what's going to happen at the news. I don't think this is a big ripping news event, so I don't think I'm going to be anything too crazy happening. It definitely will probably make a move, but like I said, this is just an estimate. The real numbers come out on Friday. This is just an estimate of what the numbers actually are, so it's probably not going to make a big ripping move. Hey Fly Moon, how's it going today? Yeah, we're going to look at the yen pairs too, definitely after this. Once the news comes out, we're going to see what happens. And then after the news comes out, we'll do our normal routine. We'll go look at the yen pairs, we'll go look at oil, natural gas, we'll go look at Bitcoin, and we will go look at the stock market. And then if I have any requests on Discord, then I'll do those first. If not, then I'll take requests from the audience here on YouTube. So if anybody is interested, definitely join my Discord channel. It's 100% free to join. You never have to pay a dime if you do not want to. It's 100% free to join. It looks like we got only 28 votes on my poll, and it says 71% of you are already members of my Discord. So it sounds like the majority of people are members of the Discord community already. We currently have 3,874 members. This is the Discord right here. It's a very, very lively community right here. This is all just today. Lots and lots of action. Don't be afraid to come in here, post pictures of your charts, interact with other traders, chat about trading, pretty much whatever you want, as long as you're not trying to scam people or sell your own service, then you can pretty much do whatever. So we got less than a minute until the news comes out. Let's watch the DXY because this one doesn't lag during the news. I noticed that dollar index, FXCM, has a tendency to lag when the news comes out. I think this is what's going to happen. I think this is an A, I think that's a B, and I think we're going to go down for a wave C. So let's see if that's the case. I kind of move this out of the way a little bit so we can see if that is the case. This is what I'm suspecting to happen, so let's see if that is what happens. We got about 10 seconds, and let's see. I'm not expecting a big ripping move, but I do think there's going to be some decent movement. We'll see what happens. Oh, might just keep on going up. We'll see. Like I was saying at the beginning, the trend is up. So I would have definitely not even thought about going short unless I saw that turn, which I don't see the turn yet, so I wouldn't go short yet, definitely not. It still kind of seems like it may go down for that wave C, but like I said, this is not a very important news event. Let's see if that move up holds or not. It may hold. Oh yeah, look, it broke the highs on this. It may just keep on trending. I don't know. We'll see. I still think there's a good chance it could possibly make a move down. But I think because the higher time frames, like I've been saying, I think this is going to do this over the next few weeks. So going short on the shorter time frames is definitely counter trend trading, which I don't really do a lot of counter trend trading. Once in a while I will get in a counter trend trade if I see the end of a wave B, but I would have only entered if I saw this. If I see that I definitely could possibly enter a trade and go down. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, I still think it's going to go up. We'll see. It's not very ripping down, so I think there's a good chance the euro dollar is going to go up. Ooh, the pound made a pretty decent move down. That doesn't really look like a wave B anymore. Wow, that kind of looks like it's not going to go up. It may just keep going down. Like I said, I'm already short on some of these. I wasn't even thinking about going long, even if it did go up. So I'm not too worried if it does keep on going down. And if it does go up, that's good for me because I'll just get in again. If it does go up, I'll enter another position short. If it doesn't go up, I'm just going to hold the shorts I already have and just let the profits roll in. So let's see what happens. Pound doesn't look like it's going up. The Aussie, I definitely wouldn't have tried to go long on that because of how weak the Aussie and the Kiwi have been. US dollar Canadian is approaching that 78% fib level. That's definitely a likely area to see some resistance. US dollar Swiss looks like it's going up. It doesn't look like it's respecting that fib level. Looks like it's going to keep on going, honestly. Let's see what those numbers actually came out. Oh wow, way positive for the dollar. Look at that. That's really positive. I wonder how they come up with that. So it's actually below what the previous month was, but it's way above what they had forecasted. That's very positive for the dollar. So yeah, I think the dollar might just keep going up, honestly. That probably is the end of an ABC right there. I was talking about that with my group this morning. That looks like the end of an ABC, and it might just keep on going. I still think there's a good chance that that's going to go up. Yeah. I still think gold is going to go down too, but man, it doesn't look like that wave B is big enough. Doesn't really look like this is big enough to be like a wave B, but I mean it did go up to the 38%, so possibly it is big enough for a wave B. Definitely looks like a short. I think that looks like a short. I don't think I'd probably like to give it a little time to see how it settles in, but it definitely looks like a short right now. Everything seems like it's kind of moving a little bit. So yeah, let's go look at some other things while we wait. We're going to have to circle back to this. I said at the beginning, this is definitely not a very big news event, but it looks like it's going to make the dollar continue up, especially with how positive the news came out. 324, and they were only expected 191. That's very, very positive for the dollar. So it may just keep on going up. Let's look at some yen pairs first, and then we'll go do a full cycle. Yeah, I don't think I don't think this right here is a wave 5. Most people are probably looking at this as a wave 5 right here. I don't think it's a wave 5. I think it's a B, A, B, C, and I think it's going to keep going up. So I'm definitely still looking for longs on this for sure. Yeah, I definitely think it's a B. This is a downtrend. This is 3 waves up. This is a downtrend. We were talking about this in the members forecast this morning. If anybody is a Patreon member, then the meeting we had this morning, I said that this looks like an ABC crescent, and it could end a crescent and keep on trending up. Looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. Pound yen doesn't look as convincing, but it does look like a 3-way pattern. So I mean, it definitely could end up going up also. Definitely not as convincing as the other ones. Yeah. If it breaks structure and holds above that structure like that, then I would say that's a long. Looks like an A. This looks like one big overlapping wave B. That looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. I think there's a good chance that could just keep on trending up. It's probably just a crescent to the last wave. It's probably not even a crescent to the whole trend. Oh yeah, look at that. 61.8% fib level. Probably just a crescent to this, not a crescent to the whole trend. Yeah, the Aussie, I definitely wouldn't even think about going long on this, even if it does go up. I don't think this is going to be a desirable trade because of how weak the Aussie is, but if the other ones go up, this is probably going to go up too. Looks like a 1-2, and then it should go up for a wave 3. The pound dollar is going crazy. I don't know about that. What time frame are you watching? The 1 minute? Yeah. You must be watching a pretty short time frame because I don't see the pound dollar going crazy. On the 1 minute time frame maybe, but even on the 1 minute I don't think it's really going crazy. The 15 minute, yeah, 15 minute, yeah. We just finished looking at the dollar pairs, and we definitely will could go back to the dollar pairs after we finish looking at some other stuff. Kind of the same thing with the Kiwi. I mean, it definitely made 3 waves down. A, Let me get rid of this. I don't really know what that is there. This looks like 3 waves up for a B. This looks like a downtrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. I think there's a good chance this is going to slowly start making its way up. Probably a 1, 2, and then go up for a 3. Oh, look at the Canadian yen. 1, 2, 3. It's no 5, but it looks like an A. This looks like a B. This looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. I bet this is going to go up also. Mostly because of my longer time frames. I mean, I think that all these pairs ended a big move on the longer time frames. I think that a lot of them are in a wave 5 though. This looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're in a wave 5, which I think is going to go up to probably about the 110 area on this one, on the daily. Some of the other ones, like the pound yen, I think is probably going to go up to the 186 area, probably like this. Euro yen, kind of the same thing. Probably in a wave 5. Probably end up doing something like that. And the Swiss yen is already in all-time highs. This is all-time highs on the Swiss yen, so I still think there's a good chance it's going to go up though. Definitely not as convincing on some of these. Let's see. They're definitely not very impulsive yet. Let's see if it actually follows through or not. It doesn't look very impulsive, does it? It doesn't look very convincing that it's over. It could even be a wave 4, honestly. It could go down one more time and then go up. Not very convincing that it's going up in a big way. We don't really have any more news today, even low-level news, do we? We got... yeah, crude oil investment today for all of our oil traders. Look at that. Crude oil news today. That's a big news event if you want to talk about oil, which we're going to look at oil in a few minutes. Yeah, it's not really too convincing that it's going up. Some of them are not more convincing that the Canadian yen looks good. The pound yen, yeah. The euro yen looks good. Let's see. Do we have any more requests? So let's go look at oil, natural gas, and then we'll look at Bitcoin, and then we'll look at the stock market, and then we'll circle back to the dollar pairs, and then we'll probably have time to look at a few pairs for other people in the chats. So, nice. That's good, buddy. The net tap. Awesome. Yeah, we already looked at gold, but we're going to definitely circle back and look at it again. Ooh, that was the end of a correction yesterday when we were looking at this. We were looking at this yesterday right here. One of my members was asking me if that was the end of a correction, and look at that. Nice. Awesome. Hopefully, I'd source he's already long on that, but I think this is going up probably something like this. Maybe not quite that high, but something like, yeah, it could be that high, honestly. I still think oil is going up for probably the foreseeable future, at least for the next few months. Looks to me like an A, B, C of wave B. This looks like one big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down pattern. I think we're in an A, B, C of B, and I think eventually it's going to go down again for a wave C. So I'm definitely looking for long still. I think this wave A is not going to finish until at least we take out this high. It really looks like we're in a wave 3 right now. Hold on a second. Scammers. Sorry about that. So it looks like a 1, 2, 3, and it doesn't even look like the wave 3 is over yet. Yeah, I'm waiting for another move up on the euro dollar too, but I don't think it's going to happen for at least a week or more. This is definitely an uptrend for the 1. This is definitely a correction for the 2, and then we are definitely in a wave 3. Until we see some break of structure to the downside, I would definitely be doing nothing but going long. Eventually, it's probably going to finish a 3 and make a 4 and a 5. Which that wave 4 will probably be bigger than that. It'll probably be something like that and like that. Probably something along those lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's going to go up to about the 83.5 area before it does that too. But we had that crude investment news later on today, so that's kind of interesting. Let's see how that deal happens. See what happens with that. I would definitely have my Fibonacci on here and see if we can figure out what's going to happen with the news today. Kind of looks like a possible end of a crescent already. I don't know. I definitely see 3 waves down to a fib level. Kind of overlapping though, but it seems like the trend is still up, and I would still be looking for longs. Maybe it's a wave A, maybe it's a wave B. It's kind of hard to tell. Maybe it'll go down for a wave C and then it continue the uptrend. Definitely kind of hard to tell on that one. Nat gas. Ooh, look at that. We're getting close to ending the correction on nat gas, I think. I think we're getting very close to ending a correction on natural gas. I still think natural gas is going to end up going up and taking out this high. I still think there's a very good likelihood this is going to make a higher low and end up doing something like that. So I'm definitely still looking at this move down as a possible correction to the move up. On the 4 hour, it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I can see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. It looks like an A, B, C of B. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. We're at the 78%. Maybe that news today is going to affect this. If I see it go up, if I see a break of structure, that's going to be a really nice long opportunity, I believe. Yeah, I think this is a very clear pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 78% fib level. If it makes a bounce without even breaking structure, I think as long as it engulfs this candle, I think that would be a long opportunity for the continuation of the uptrend for sure. It looks extremely close to ending a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave C. Nice. That looks very, very, very close to ending that. Bitcoin. Ooh, Bitcoin tried to make a little move up finally. Look at that. Is that possibly the end of that correction? I still think Bitcoin is heading up to around the 42 or 48,000 is my target. Either this fib or this fib is where I think we're going to end up. I think this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. I think this is a correction for the B. I think this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C, which could go all the way up to the 61 or the 50, putting us at about $42,000 or $48,000. And I still think it's going to be a wave B though, and I still think eventually it's going to go down to someplace between $12,000 and $8,000. Man, is that the end of that correction? We got to break a structure. Oh, I see why Erica wanted me to look at this. I think this trend ends probably right here. I think this is a wave A because this move up really looks like a 3-way pattern, like a wave B. This looks like a downtrend, and it didn't break structure until today. And it happened pretty much right at the 38%. I would definitely be trying to go long now because that could be the end of a wave 2. And this looks like a 1. This looks like a big ABC of 2. I think we're going to go up and make a wave 3. Definitely. Man, 1 hour time frame, you'd be stalking this one like crazy. I'd be putting my Fibonacci on here and I would definitely be trying to get along on this. It looks like it's not quite ready yet, but it might be getting close, something like that, and an impulsive up at a fib level. If I see that right there, I would definitely take that as a long. It could be a 1, it could be a 2, and it could eventually go up for a wave 3. A wave 3 of 3, because I think on the daily time frame, a wave 3 is what's coming next anyways, so it would make a lot of sense if this did go up for a big wave 3 of wave 3. You don't see any indicators on my chart. Enkin asked me what indicators I use, and do you see any indicators on my chart? Definitely not. I don't use indicators. Once in a blue moon, I will switch on an oscillator just to see if price is oversold or overbought. But I don't really believe that indicators are necessary at all for trading. I think they're kind of I think 99.9% of indicators are completely useless. I think this is a downtrend right here. It looks like a wave A. This looks like it's making an A, B, C, a B, and I bet it's going to go down one more time for a C, maybe to the 50 to 61.8, and then I think it's going to continue the uptrend. I think all we need to trade is Elliott wave is what I use, and then I use Fibonacci extension and Fibonacci retracement, and then I also use structure analysis and price action. Yeah, Elliott wave theory is the big part of my trading strategy. It's definitely not the only part, but that's definitely the big part of my trading strategy. On top of that, I do structure analysis, which is very similar to what smart money concept is, except I don't use, liquidity areas and stuff like that, because I don't even think that's very helpful, honestly. So, yeah. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, let's see. Let's go check out the S&P 500 first, and then we'll circle back to the dollar pairs, and then we'll go look at some people's requests. Ooh. Look at that. Boy. That looks like an ABC right there. This looks like an A. This looks like a B. This looks like a C, and it's probably not even over yet. We may be getting another long pretty shortly on the S&P 500. Would make a lot of sense because we're expecting a sword on the dollar, in a week or so. I don't think it's over yet, but this looks like an A. This definitely looks like an A, B, C, a B. I don't think it's over yet. I think it needs to go down more, but it's probably going to do this for a C, and then it's probably going to end up continuing the uptrend, which I think makes a lot of sense because I believe the dollar is going to go down, and usually when the dollar is going down, the S&P 500 will go up, and when the S&P 500 is going down, the dollar will usually go up. They're not always 100% correlated, but if I see an opportunity to go short, I would definitely take it. I think this is probably a 1, 2, and then eventually it's going to make a 3, 4, and wave 5 most likely. Wow, nice. Oh yeah, look at this one. Same thing. A. This is a big correction, like a B. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C forming. That was about the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's a little different, it is different quite often, but it's actually very similar in a way though, because I think this is a big wave B also. This is going to go down like that for wave C. Oh, it looks like the Nifties are in a correction too. This looks like one big correction. It might not even be over, but I think eventually it will continue the uptrend. Alright, let's see what happened with the dollar. Yeah, the dollar's going up. It's definitely not a wave B, that's for sure. Which, honestly, we should have kind of not. Definitely didn't try to go short. Like I said, I'm already long on some dollar pairs, so I definitely didn't try to go short. But when you're talking about a trend, especially a big trend, a lot of the times you'll think it's going to go down for a C and you'll go short, and then what happens? It just keeps on going up, and then you'll see an A, you'll see what you think is a B, you'll see that, you'll try to go short, and then it just keeps on going up. That's why I always say the trend is my friend, and I very, very rarely ever even tried to do any counter trend trading. I'm not a counter trend trader at all. I definitely very, very rarely ever even think about trying to counter trend trade. Oh yeah, look at the euro. That was an ABC correction right there. Look at it. Let me zoom in again. It did make 3 waves up too. See, 1, 2, 3 waves up. This is now in a 1, 2, 3. I think it's going down. Pound. This one at least made a 3-wave pattern. 1, 2, 3 waves up. That's going down for sure. Yeah, you might as well go put all your money on blackjack or something, roulette or something at that point, definitely. Look at the Aussie dollar, man. This is probably a good choice to go short on. This thing's been cranking down. Kiwi, same thing. Just a little pullback and then bam, continuation of the downtrend. All those people that tried to go long today just got stopped out, and they probably won't even go short. US dollar Canadian's not really going up that much because we're probably at the fib level. There's probably so many pending orders right here. I still think there's a good chance this is going to go down, but I think the trend is up, and I definitely would be looking for longs in an uptrend for sure. US dollar Swiss is going up still. Unfortunately, the entry for most of these pairs was in the past. The entry for this was this morning, like pre-London session. US dollar yen, that's definitely an ABC correction. ABC, impulsive up, that's probably going up still. Gold, it looks like it's going down. I guess that is the wave B right there. It was a nice three-way pattern. 1, 2, 3 waves right to the 38%. That's going down. This is probably an ABC of A, the ABC of B, and now we're going to go down for a wave C of wave Y. So nice, that's pretty clear, honestly. So let me check and see if I got any more requests. Hey Ed, yeah, I thought that was you on Discord, on YouTube. I'll look at the US dollar 10s for you. I thought that was you on there. So yeah, we'll look at that for you. So let's see, the US dollar 10s. Ooh, that looks like an ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. Ooh, that looks like a wave 5 too. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks like a wave 5. Maybe the final wave of this move up. What's that look like if we zoom out a little bit? I was thinking that this would go up and take out this high, or at least go back into that zone. Maybe end up doing that and then make a big move to the downside. Yeah, we can take a look at some pairs for some people in a few minutes here, no problem. One thing we can do too is we can measure the wave 1 with a Fibonacci extension, and then we can project it out the bottom of this wave 4. Oh yeah, that's perfect. A wave 5 normally is around the same size as a wave 1, so I think one of these two Fibonacci levels is a very likely place for this to end. Plus, it lines up perfectly with this, high back here. So I think that's an ABC. I think it's going up. Probably end up looking like that. Yeah, nice. We got to break a structure and everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave A. A, B, C, wave B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave C. 1, 2. I think we're in a wave 3. I'm sure there's going to be some pullbacks along the way, but I think it's going up. Probably at least to that 78 or 100% Fibonacci extension. Look at that. We just had the end of a correction a little while ago. Look at that. Nice. 1, 2, 3 waves down. Go long. 1, 2, 3 waves down. Go long. 1, 2, 3 waves down. Go long. If it does a 1, 2, 3 waves down again, and impulsive up, then go long again for the continuation of the uptrend. Pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. So yeah, let's see here. What do we got for requests? I can see the Euro Kiwi. I thought I saw the Euro Canadian. So let's go look at the Euro pairs. Euro Canadian. I think the Euro Canadian is still going down for a wave C on the daily. This looks like a trend, wave A. This looks like a three-way pattern, wave B. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C is what we got coming. So I would definitely primarily be looking for shorts. Ooh, look at that. I don't know if that's it or not, but I'm definitely looking for shorts right now. I don't actually trade this pair, but that could be a wave 1 right there. This could already be a wave 2. And then go down for that wave 3. You almost got to go down even shorter to the 1 hour to see it. If this breaks structure, I would say that's the end of a correction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. A, B, C. Impulsive down, break of structure will tell me the wave C is over, and I definitely would take that as a short for sure. It seems like it might even end that today. I'm pretty sure the Euro Kiwi is still trending up. Yeah, I think we're in the middle of a wave 3. This is like a 1, ABC a 2, and this is all going to be a part of a higher high, higher low for wave 3. Yeah, we're already on the Euro Kiwi, so we could probably check out the Euro Aussie too. They're probably very similar. Oh yeah, definitely. So we'll look at them at the same time because they're so correlated. It actually helps to look at these at the same time because look at them. They're extremely correlated. So the Euro Kiwi I think is in a wave 3. Euro Aussie I think is in a wave 3 also. 1, 2, 3. Just keep on going. Going down to the daily time frame. We have an ABC Crescent, ABC, that looks like the end of a Crescent. I think this is a 1, I think there's a Crescent in here, 2. I think we're going up for a wave 3. Which means that the Euro Kiwi is probably doing exactly the same thing. Just a little bit of a different version. That's an ABC right there. This is very overlapping, but I think it's going to continue to trend up. Very overlapping. I don't really like the Euro Kiwi because look how overlapping this thing is. It's hard to stay in a trade when the thing is just constantly up and down, up and down, up and down all day long. 4-hour time frame. I think someplace in here there's a wave 1. Probably right there. This is probably an A. This is A, B, C for the B. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. This is a 1, this is a 2, and then it's going to keep going up for a wave 3, I bet. So that means the Euro Kiwi is probably pretty much doing the same thing. It's just a little bit of a different version. Kind of looks like this is the ABC on this one, but it's probably not. This is probably the A, just like the Euro Aussie. This is a B. And this is probably a C, and now we're probably going up for a wave 3. Yeah, we already did all the dollar pairs a couple times, but usually I do like to look at the dollar pairs more often than most other things because they're definitely my highest priority most of the time. I pretty much only trade the dollar pairs and the yen pairs. Occasionally I do take trades on other things, but for the most part it's just dollar and yen for me most of the time. So the Euro Kiwi, I would be doing nothing but looking for longs. I'd be looking for pullbacks to go long for sure. Same thing with the Euro Aussie. I'd be looking for pullbacks to go long. Every time I saw a pullback, I would try to go long at the pullback for the continuation of the uptrend. No problem, buddy. You could definitely watch the replay, or I probably will circle back to the dollar pairs one more time. Let me just check and see if I missed any requests, because I'm taking requests right now. I'm just trying to do things that we haven't looked at. So if you have any requests, put them in the chats, and I'll be more than happy to look at it for you. We did Bitcoin, we did US dollar Chinese, Euro Kiwi. Doesn't look like any more requests that we haven't looked at already. I'm just looking through the chat, see if there's any more requests. Hey Menu, how's it going, buddy? Oh, you just missed the Euro Canadian. We just barely did that. I think the Euro Canadian's going down. I'm waiting for a break of structure. If that breaks structure, I think that's the end of an ABC Crescent right there. And if that's the end of an ABC Crescent, that's probably going to be the continuation of the downtrend. You must be talking about gold, Menu, huh? Yeah, I already did the yen pairs too. I think the yen pairs are going up also. Let's see. Doesn't look like any more requests coming in, so We're going to go back and look at the dollar pairs here in a minute, but before I do that, if you haven't done so already, definitely join my Discord channel. It's 100% free to join. You never have to pay a dime if you do not want to. 100% free to join. We currently have 3,875 members, and it looks like the poll that I have, 47 votes, and 72% of you are already a member of my Discord. So thank you for that. Definitely don't be afraid to join the group and share your ideas about the charts. Yeah, I do teach scalping techniques, definitely. We have some very, very good scalpers in the group. I definitely am more of a day trader slash swing trader, but we have some scalpers in the group too. Menu is scalps gold all day long, and he does really good at it. So yeah, we definitely do scalping techniques, and my trading course has one whole video about scalping. So if anybody is interested in joining my Patreon, the link for that is in the chat and in the description also. It comes with a trading course, which the trading course is 35 videos, 7.5 hours of content. This right here is my trading course, and if you go down to the bottom, it says trend trading for scalpers. Right here, I got a video about scalpers. So I tried to cover everything from scalping to day trading to swing trading. I definitely am not much of a scalper myself, but I do realize that a lot of people do enjoy scalping, and a lot of people do enjoy it, and some people are very good at it. So if you're interested in joining, that comes free with the membership. It also comes with the membership is this members forecast area. Every single morning before the London session, I look at all the yen pairs, all the dollar pairs, and then we have a morning meeting. We're about 20 to 30 minute long meeting every single morning before the London session at 9:15 a.m. I have a meeting where I tell everybody what direction I'm trading on the yen dollar pairs, what pairs I'm looking at, what pairs I think are going to be good entries, and what an entry will look like. So if anybody is interested in any of that, definitely join my Patreon, or you can join my free Discord channel, and you can contact me on there if you have any questions. Like I said, my Discord channel is 100% free. You never have to pay a dime on there if you do not want to. You can stay a free member for as long as you like. So let's just go look at the dollar, see if what's going on. No, the dollar's still going up. Not real convincing that it's going to make a big giant move, but it's definitely still going up. I think the dollar is going to continue to go up for the next couple of weeks. I think it's going to end up doing that. And that honestly might put us all the way into the beginning of September, if that's what it does. Maybe the end of August, the beginning of September. So that would make a lot of sense, especially because we just had FOMC, which means 6 weeks from now we have it again. 6 weeks from now would probably line up really good with the end of this wave E and the continuation of the downtrend. So going down to the lower time frames, yeah, looks like everything's still going down. It ain't going down very fast because I think the market will be waiting for the news on Friday, but I definitely would be looking for shorts still. I'm definitely only going short on all the dollar pairs except for all these dollar pairs, going longs on these one. So definitely going short still. It still looks like it could possibly make a move up, and honestly if it does, that's good because that's going to give me another opportunity to go short again. But I definitely think the trend is down, even if it does try to go up again. A, B, C up, and then down it'll go, I bet. Pound dollar, look at the ABC we had on the pound dollar. 1, 2, 3 waves up, impulsive down, end of a correction. Definitely looking for shorts, and it's definitely still going down. Now Aussie kind of looks like it's close to ending a trend. It looks like it wants to go up, but I don't think that move up is going to be anything more than another correction at this point. Kiwi is kind of the same thing. It looks like a trend, and it looks like a trend that's very close to being over. Like it's going to go up and then back down again later. US dollar Canadian also kind of looks like it's in a place where it could make a move down because we're at the 78% fib level. It has to be an area of resistance. I still think this is possibly going to go down, maybe even in a bigger way. Something like that could be even possible. US dollar Swiss made a big bounce on the 50% level. that possibly be some sort of an A, B, C, D, E type thing? A, B, C, D, E? I'm kind of grasping at straws for that to be correct, but it is possible, I guess. I don't know. I think I'm definitely going to continue to look for longs. If I see it go down, I'm going to ignore the move down, and I'm going to go long for the continuation of the uptrend. US dollar yen, kind of the same thing. It's really struggling to go up. 1, 2, 3 waves down. It looks like the end of a correction. It looks like it should at least go back up and make a double top. Maybe it'll be a wave 5. We just finished looking at the euro dollar. Gold looks like it's going down. Menu says the 40 is the area of resistance. Yeah, I agree. So probably got to zoom out a little bit to see what he's looking at. Yeah, you got a little top bottom. Oops, sorry. Got a little top bottom over here right at the 40, don't we? Maybe that's what you're looking at. I was kind of thinking that this correction was way too small to be a complete correction, so I almost think that it's possible it could go up. This could go up and make a bigger wave B, which I think is actually very likely, and then end up going down for the wave Y. It looks like an A, it looks like an A, B, C, a B, and it looks like it's going to go down and make a C of wave Y. I think gold's still going down, probably to the 129, maybe even the 113 area. Someplace at one of those two fib levels is where I think we're headed. So yeah, we definitely looked at all the dollar pairs, we looked at all the yen pairs, I took requests, and we looked at a whole bunch of things. We looked at oil, natural gas, all kinds of stuff. So I think this is going to be it for today. Today is Wednesday, so Wednesday is usually a very volatile day in the market. There's usually a lot of decent entries on Wednesday, and it's only, what is it, 9 o'clock in New York right now. So the New York session is still very much in play. So definitely pay attention to your charts. We may have some entries. I wouldn't be surprised if this still makes a move down like I was originally thinking that it would, and this still could be like something like that before it actually goes back up. So definitely keep an eye on these dollar pairs. It's very early in the New York session still. So definitely keep an eye on things. I am going to call it a day here. I'm going to go check my own charts and probably do a few other things on the computer. But I believe that's pretty much it for my live stream today. I will be live streaming a lot this week. I'll be live streaming tomorrow. Let me get rid of this before I go, just so everybody's clear on when my live streams are. So tomorrow I'll be doing a quick live stream for the pound news. I'm not going to do a full live stream all day, but I'm definitely going to live stream for the pound news. Tomorrow I have my 2-hour Zoom meeting for the Patreon members, so that's why tomorrow's live stream is probably only going to be about 30-40 minutes for this. And then on Friday I'll be live streaming for the non-farm payroll or the non-farm employment chains. So I'll be live streaming tomorrow at 11:45 a.m. for this, and I'll be live streaming at 1 o'clock, I believe is when I'll start this one, for the non-farm payroll. So I hope to see everybody there. If you haven't done so already, definitely join my free Discord channel, 100% free to join. You never have to pay a dime if you do not want to, but if you do want a little help, extra help with your trading, definitely check out my Patreon service. It comes with a lot of really, really good benefits. So that's it for today's live stream. I hope everybody has a good day, and as always, happy trading and good luck to everybody.